Man, you wouldn't believe the mess I got tangled up in last summer down here in Willow Creek. Our quiet little suburb where folks mostly worry about lawnmowers and barbecue invites. But nope, not this time. Someone straight up poisoned our community lake to shut me down from my morning fishing ritual, yeah. The same lake that feeds drinking water to every house on the block, including theirs. I mean, I'm Alex Thompson, 42 now, been guiding folks on freshwater trips for years, always preaching about keeping ecosystems clean, catch and release, pick up trash, the whole deal. And one crisp dawn, I stroll down with my rod, expecting that peaceful ripple under the sunrise, only to hit this wall of chemical stink, sharp like bleach mixed with metal, and there they are, bass and sunfish belly up everywhere, blue swirls twisting through the water like some toxic abstract painting. My gut twisted hard. This wasn't algae gone wild or a heat die-off. This screamed deliberate professional sabotage, and right then, staring at those dead eyes floating by, I felt this cold realization creep in. Whoever did this didn't just hate my hobby. They were risking everyone's health for some hidden agenda, and damn if that didn't light a fire under me to dig deeper before it poisoned us all. It started innocently enough, or so I thought. I'd been fishing that lake for 4 years since moving in. No complaints from the homeowners association, or HOA as we call it, because I followed every rule in their thick binder, even volunteered to monitor water quality on my off days. But that morning, after kicking a few dead fish aside, I trudge back home and spot this official-looking envelope taped to my door, dated the day before, fining me $200 for unauthorized resource exploitation causing ecological harm. Wait, what? My fishing caused this? I reread it twice, heart pounding, because it made 0 sense. I'm the guy who lobbies for native plant buffers around the shore, not some polluter. The sender? Karen Blackwell, our HOA president, a sharp-dressed realtor in her mid-50s with that fake smile that screams, "I sell dreams, but deliver headaches." I confronted her later that afternoon when she swung by in her shiny SUV, portfolio clutched like a shield. "Karen, you think my line and lure killed all those fish? I've got certifications in conservation. This looks like copper-based poison, industrial stuff." She just tilted her head, eyes narrowing with this condescending pity. "Alex, if you weren't treating our shared lake like your personal playground, maybe we wouldn't have these issues. Besides, exciting upgrades are coming soon to boost our property values, and hobbies like yours, well, they complicate things." Her words hung there, laced with something darker. Upgrades? I noticed fresh trenches near the bank, pipes snaking underground toward the houses, and it hit me. This wasn't about fish. It was about land, money, control, maybe even pushing folks out for a bigger payout. And Karen, with her real estate ties, had motive written all over her perfectly manicured face. As days blurred into this nightmare, my mind raced. Why target me? Maybe because I'd spoken up at last year's meeting against selling off green spaces. Or hell, perhaps she just saw my easygoing life as a threat to her power trip. Either way, the poison was spreading, literally. Because tests I ran quietly showed traces in my tap water, that metallic tang making coffee undrinkable. Neighbors whispered, some avoiding eye contact like I was the culprit. Families pulling kids inside when I waved. It stung, man. Because I'd taught those little ones how to spot healthy minnows. Then came the emergency HOA gathering, barely 24 hours notice. Another rule break on her part. And I show up to a room thick with tension, 40 residents fidgeting in metal chairs, Karen at the podium in her power blazer, pearls gleaming like armor. She launched right in. "We're facing a crisis from one resident's reckless activities, creating hazards for our families. I have proof Alex may have worsened the pollution to dodge blame." The room gasped, head swiveling my way, and she waved this pledge document. "Sign away your fishing rights, admit fault, buried in legalese about waiving objections to future enhancements." I stood, voice steady but boiling inside. "This needs a vote, Karen, and an independent study. You can't bully me out without process." Her eyes flashed cold. "As president, I protect our investments, Alex. Your little pastime blocks progress. Maybe find a new zip code if it bothers you." Whispers erupted, but I caught her hissing to her aid. "Push the condo proposal docs. We need that pollution report ASAP for permits. Timeline's tight." Condos? My blood chilled. She was engineering this disaster to grease a development deal, sacrificing our water for kickbacks, her greed blinding her to the kids drinking that crap, including her own grandkids who splashed there summers past. That's when Mike Donovan stepped in, my neighbor 3 doors down. Ex-board member who'd quit over Karen's shady tactics. Balding guy in his 50s, always tinkering in his garage, but sharp as a tack. He called me that night, voice low. "Alex, meet at the county office tomorrow. Something's off with the water lines. And watch your back. She's got ears everywhere." We pored over blueprints, his finger tracing pipes from the lake straight to our filtration plant. Poison the lake. You poison us all. Karen's house too. Is she that desperate for cash? Motive clicked. Real estate slump hit her hard. Rumors of debts and flipping our lake into luxury condos could net her a fat commission, or worse, under-the-table bribes. I couldn't sleep, so midnight found me sneaking into the HOA basement office. Door jimmied easy with a card, files sprawled like she owned the place. Jackpot. Emails from Riverside Builders, 3 months back, offering 60 grand for facilitated contamination proof to fast-track permits, bypassing enviro regs. She'd hired pros to dump the chemicals, staging it to frame me. Footsteps echoed above. I snapped pics, bolted out the emergency exit, heart hammering like a drum solo. But Karen escalated fast. Lawsuit slapped on my door for stalking and theft, demanding $7K plus a no-fish zone. My water now reeked, neighbors crossing streets, even Mike catching flack as that meddler. I felt isolated, doubting myself. Was I paranoid, seeing plots where none existed? But no, the emails burned in my phone, proof of her betrayal. Mike dug deeper, unearthing more leaks. She'd pocketed the bribe to document irreversible damage, accelerating for developer deadlines. Her emails bragging about visual impact with fish kills for photos. She called me, voice silky venom. "Alex, sign the pledge now or things get personal. Your rep, your home value, all at risk." I hung up, fury rising. This wasn't just harassment. It was criminal, endangering lives for profit, her power lust twisting into something monstrous. We fought back with facts, organizing a lakeside barbecue safety check. Tom Riley, my old conservation buddy with lab gear, rolled up in his van, EPA-certified testers humming. Families picnicked, kids chasing frisbees, but tension crackled. Karen crashed with her experts, flashing badges, delaying us with paperwork BS. Verify credentials or liability issues arise. She accused me publicly. Alex broke in, stole files. Can't trust his tests. Murmurs spread, my stomach knotting. What if we failed? But Tom's results lit up. Copper levels 20x safe, mercury spiking. Deliberate dump, pro-grade, not natural. Mike brandished the emails. She took $60K to fake this crisis for condos. The crowd erupted, a mom clutching her sick toddler. "My boy's been vomiting for days. You poisoned him for money?" Karen blanched, her consultant bolting like a rat. "This is manipulated." But science sealed it. Residents connected dots to headaches, rashes, her greed exposed raw. In her panic, maybe denial, maybe show, Karen stormed to the fountain tied to the same pipes, scooped water, gulped it down defiantly. "See? Harmless overreaction." We watched, horrified yet transfixed, as her face greened, stomach heaving. She crumpled, paramedics rushing in, her own poison biting back. EPA vans pulled up, agents badging in. "Federal crime, up to 15 years for water tampering." Statements flew, lawsuits brewed, class action for health bills, her removal unanimous. Mike took interim pres, vowing transparency. Karen pled guilty months later, probation, $60K fine, realtor license yanked, bankrupt and shunned. Looking back as cleanup crews flushed the lake, 6 months to purity, I cast my line again, waves lapping clean. We bonded stronger, protected the water forever, but man, it makes you wonder, how many Karens lurk in quiet suburbs, power tripping over lives? Was her desperation justified by hard times, or pure evil? Drop your thoughts below. Ever faced HOA hell or seen justice swing like that? Like, subscribe, share your stories. Truth always surfaces, but sometimes it needs a push.